It's a mess in this attic. Lot going on, but there ain't no need to panic. Come on up and join, we getting wild, getting manic. Spitting truth for all you fanatics. Every week got something new to say. Ain't no filter, this shit coming straight from the brain. It's coming straight from the brain. Yeah, it's coming straight from the brain.
What's up, everybody? Today is Tuesday, August 10th, 2021. This is A Talk in the Attic, and I'm your host, Kirk Ross. And if I had to describe myself in 3 adjectives right now, they'd go as follows: stuffed, honored, and sweaty. Perhaps the first time in history this strange and specific combination of adjectives has ever been levied upon one specific subject, but that doesn't mean it's not true, because it's true for me. Once again, for posterity's sake, I'm feeling stuffed, honored, and sweaty. And if you've been following the show on social media at all, maybe you already know what has me feeling so stuffed, honored, and sweaty. For the rest of you, the words I'm about to utter may slam you so deep into the nostalgia of yesteryear that you'll start saying things like, "That's decent,"
and "no homo."
And just like those outdated phrases, the source of my feeling stuffed, honored, and sweaty has also fallen out of favor in modern times. Folks, I'm feeling so stuffed, honored, and sweaty because this weekend, my friends and I traveled the more than 2 hours necessary to visit the last vestige of that shining beacon of Clinton-era prosperity. That's right, I'm of course talking about Hot 'N Now. You know, Hot 'N Now, the once massive fast food burger chain founded in 1984 that by 1990 had exploded to over 100 locations in and around Michigan. You know, Hot 'N Now, the joint that rose to prominence through their staple 39-cent hamburger, for real. 39 cents for a whole hamburger. And that was into the 2000s. So for you youngsters out there who think I'm talking like some old geezer, as if to say, when I was your age, Hot 'N Now served hamburgers for 40 cents. Just know that the 39-cent price tag I speak of coexisted with a post-NSYNC Justin Timberlake. So this isn't exactly ancient history, okay? Quick sidebar, did anyone else get some strong Joe Biden vibes from that old guy impression? Let me amp up my Biden and do it again, this time with a little bit of Grandpa Joe mixed in. I remember when I was a little boy, back in Pennsylvania, and I had a little girlfriend named Judy, and I used to take her on dates to Hot 'N Now. Hot 'N Now was a little lightning bolt-shaped building with a red roof, and they sold hamburgers for 39 cents. My friends and I would ride our horses there and buy a whole bag of burgers for under $5. And one time I do not know if this is a good Joe Biden or not. One time I tried to feed one of those horses a hamburger, and he wasn't interested, man. And they'd only put 1 pickle on their burgers. Judy and I always laughed about the 1 pickle. It was always a lot of malarkey, that Hot 'N Now. I don't know, Biden rambles about like old-timey things somehow. That's a joke. What did you think of the impersonation? Okay, back to Hot 'N Now. PepsiCo purchased Hot 'N Now in 1990, which is around the peak of Hot 'N Now's profitability. And of course, PepsiCo proceeded to fuck everything up for everybody. I mean, it is PepsiCo after all, the same imbeciles who in an attempt to compete with Coca-Cola created Pepsi. But PepsiCo is a huge imperialistic corporation, so it shouldn't be a surprise to us that they behaved as huge imperialistic companies behave. They buried Hot 'N Now underneath their Taco Bell division. They forced out the founder, a proud Dutch Michigander. They expanded too aggressively. They began moving away from the value model that made Hot 'N Now so special. In other words, a limited menu at super cheap prices. By 1992, dozens of franchisees around the country were growing frustrated with the new direction. PepsiCo had begun treating Hot 'N Now as if it was like a test kitchen with new items and new pricing strategies to be applied to their more important food businesses like Taco Bell and KFC, so just kind of experimenting with Hot 'N Now. By 1995, these same frustrated franchisees stopped receiving support from headquarters altogether. So 5 years after buying it, they're basically not even supporting the franchisees. They're on their own. That same year, PepsiCo shuttered 80 corporate locations before finally offloading this bastardized remains to some Connecticut-based company in 1996. Unbelievable. At this point, only 53 locations remained, and so over the next several years, even more of those stores closed down. And by 2004, yet another sale of the company, the final nail in the coffin, had occurred before the company finally filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy with just 23 corporate locations and 21 franchisee-owned outlets remaining. Think about that. It's a precipitous fall. Fast forward to 2016 when all but two, count 'em people, two Hot and Now locations remained. One on Wilder Road in Bay City, which just so happens to be the particular outlet that I drove through most in my life. Not bragging or anything, but... And the other one was in the understandably oft-overlooked Sturgis, Michigan. A major fire put the official kibosh on the Bay City location. How convenient. Before a reopening as Burger 81, which still is there, and it still offers the same Hot and Now olive burger, albeit branded as the Burger 81 burger. Wow, Burger 81 burger. Is that a burger or... And with that unbelievably fortuitous and suspiciously timed structure fire taking out the Bay City outlet, Hot and Now had been reduced from the smallest chain possible down to a single standalone entity. A single entity. A single Hot and Now. Just one. And just like that, after decades of delivering cheap food from their signature poorly architected buildings and straight into the packed cars and clogged arteries of the upper Midwest, what had been Hot and Now was now Hot and Now and alone. Hot and Now and alone. It sounds like a This American Life episode, doesn't it?
You're listening to This American Life by NPR, presenting this week's story, Hot, Now, and Alone, Damsel in Distress, or Drive-Through Demise. Tune in next episode to hear about Kirk, Adam, and Vito's pilgrimage to the last Hot, Now, and the known universe, and find out just why Kirk is feeling so stuffed, honored, and sweaty. I'm Ira Glass, back next episode with more stories of This American Life. Peace out, everybody. Is that good enough or no?